can you, I'm going to be really mean now, but ask you,
Go for
what's
it.
been, what's been one of your most sort of challenging coaching assignments, and
Oh
why was it
man,
so challenging?
I've had plenty.
I bet you have.
What
I bet you have.
I've had plenty. What actually in my coach training, I had two case studies that after 2 or 3 sessions, it transpired they would have benefited from psychiatric help.
Right. Okay.
So from that perspective, it's being aware of your professional boundaries and
Of course.
how far you can take someone, how well you can serve them.
Mm-hmm.
Because coaching for me, it's all about service. It's about serving that other person, acknowledging that you might not be the right person for
Yep.
them.
Totally.
I had a guy who I coached early on who we just didn't connect. And I just found him so frustrating because he would
Mm-hmm.
just go round and round and round in circles. And I think at the time I probably wasn't as skilled at being able to probably be bold enough with him,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I had an experience that was kind of almost the opposite last year where and this was in the enrollment phase where we got
Uh-huh.
to the point of just on the verge of contracting and actually putting an agreement in place and her then sending the money. But she got massively triggered around money, which a lot of people have their issues.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
had my own. And we realized that actually she just wasn't ready to make that
Yeah.
commitment. And I had to kind of call that out and
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
right, that you need to go away and take your space. If you come back, you come back. If you don't,
Yeah. No hard
that's
feelings.
it's equally okay.
Yeah.
It's all about service, being of
Yeah.
service, recognizing, having the awareness to see what this person needs particularly when they don't,
Mm-hmm.
and having the courage to call that out, because ultimately that is you serving them. It's not about you and what you need.
No,
If
totally.
you're coming from that needy place, that's going to put people off anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. No, couldn't agree more. And listen, I do that first story you talked about. It's a real success story. So I want to kind of finish off just by asking you to share, another success story that sticks in your mind. And listen, it could be from a large business you've worked with or a small independent, whatever it might be. But what would you say is one of the big success stories that really sticks out in your mind from the work that you do?
Oh man, again, so many are popping up in my mind.
Yeah.
I'll share a couple quickly,
Yeah.
because they're different. One I'll share, which was just a one-off, and another one which was as part of leadership, our heart-centered leaders program that we delivered last year. So the one-off experience, it's actually the very first one I ever delivered.
Okay. Oh wow.
And when I went into that experience, I went into it without any expectations, just really just being open to what showed up and being playful. And the person who I did it with, she's one of the most incredible human beings I've ever met. We coach each other and have done for probably the last 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And she has been through, as a teenager, she went through some horrific stuff that no other human being should ever go through.
Yeah.
She has done things in her life that no other human being would have ever done,
Mm-hmm.
like going to Colombia on her own as a female, to just because she felt compelled to go and support people over there. I think
Wow.
in the early 2000s, late 90s, height of the drug wars. She was the
Yeah.
only person in the Gaza Strip, the only Western in the Gaza Strip at one point in her life.
Wow.
And at the end of our experience together, my whole body was vibrating and just like
Yeah.
shaking and buzzing, and I don't think I've ever felt so present
Yeah.
to the fact that, or to the awesomeness of the experience that we'd created and had. And it was like being in that space where you've had an amazing idea, you intuitively know that it could be incredible, but you don't know until you then do it.
Yeah, totally.
And that was the space I was in. And in that moment, I knew this was going to be the thing that
Yeah.
allows me to create my biggest impact in the world.
Okay.
which, you know, I will never, ever forget. And the other person, which is more recent. So this is a business owner who came through our Heart-Centered Leaders program. She probably came the furthest in her development from being someone who was quite someone that she felt was never taken seriously, was in a family business that had its issues.
Absolutely.
But she has grown so much to the point where she's now, I can't say anything because it's confidential, but she's now on the verge of being able to create absolutely everything that she wants in her life. And the music mapping experience played a huge role in that. But it was complementary to the program that we delivered. And helping her to expand into being a much more confident leader, to actually lead and go for what she wants beyond the business that she's in. So I mean, I've got like,
I know you do.
So many other examples.
Yeah, I think there's a real, you've said it a couple of times, I think I really resonate with it, but you talk a lot there about being present, but also, you know, working on the business rather than in it. And I think it's something that I've really tried to take heed of, because you can sometimes become so immersed in the actual running of the business that you do forget to kind of put your head above the parapet and think, right, wait a minute, just stop the bus, and speak to people like yourself to really kind of, I guess, just take you out of that trap, actually, because you get into a comfort zone, don't you? Because it's what you know, it's what you do, it's day in, day out. So that's really, really valid points that you've made there. So to sort of summarize, Dave, you know, the last thing I want to ask you is, you know, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? So if they're interested in whether it be a one-off session or, you know, looking to speak to you about potentially longer term, sort of more regular sessions with you, what is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Currently, either through LinkedIn or the heartcenteredleaders.co website. I'm in the process of getting my own personal website done, but that's not going to be ready for probably at least the next few months. I've got a podcast that I'm working on that is going to highlight the music mapping experience and other coaching work that I've done. So that'll all be coming as part of this new personal website. But yeah, those are the best ways. I would say as well that in the context of teams and bringing what I do into that environment, whether it's in a larger companies or not, it's something I am open to. It's just I haven't really explored, because I love one-to-one more than anything else. The group stuff is something that's going to be evolving over time. I'm actually going to be working this week on working on the group experience specifically. With a view to, because I'm looking to take that into a festival environment, but also, you know, looking at other places and spaces that I can take that into as well. So if people are open to having the conversation with me, I would be delighted to explore what might be possible, for sure.
Amazing. Well, listen, you heard it here first, everybody. This is how you get in touch with this wonderful person. So thank you again, Dave, for your time today. And I really hope that you continue to be as successful as you already are, and even more. Thanks again.
Thank you.